Good Tuesday morning, everyone. This is Mary Elizabeth with Sacred Love Tarot. Thank you so very much for turning up and tuning in. I wanted to do a really quick energy reading for today, Tuesday, November the 5th, 2024. It is 11:13 a.m. in the morning here. Today is election day in the United States of America, and it is a little bit of a stressful day for me. I don't usually vote in elections, and I am 52, and the only election that I've ever voted in was when Obama came to office the first time. And that was only because I was strong-armed into voting, because my significant other was a voter. This election will determine a lot about the next 4 years. And it's really nerve-wracking to me, and I'm sure to most of you. So what I want to say is that if you're out and about today, be very mindful, be very careful. Regardless of how this turns out, there will be people from either side really being very vocal on their opinion, vocal on what they think. And if anything was like the past, please be careful and please be mindful of where you are, who you're talking to, who you're sharing your ideas and information with. So that's what I want to say about that. So we have the Strength card and the Four of Cups and the Lovers. So separate from politics, this energy today is really about Spirit offering you something, maybe perhaps offering you someone. And there is this energy within you that is like, I don't know if this is what I want. I don't know if this is what I want. I've had this before, but it turned out sideways. It turned out bad. It turned out wrong. So I don't know if this is what I want. I don't know if I want to be in a relationship. I don't know if I have the structure. I don't know if I have the knowledge. I don't know if I have the balance and stability. I don't know if I have the faith in myself. I don't know if I'm nurturing myself enough to nurture somebody else. And that Strength card is about tapping into that courage, tapping into that strength, and recognizing that you can take that energy and navigate that energy. That's how powerful you are. I kind of feel that you have been manifesting this relationship, and it's interesting that you're attempting to manifest this relationship through your imagination, through nurturing compassion and empathy. And now that the relationship / partnership / friendship is here, you're very concerned and very doubtful about it. The Four of Cups energy reminds me a little bit of, and I said this before, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, right? And Indiana Jones had to follow all these scriptures to get to the room of cups where the Knights Templar was protecting. And there were tons of cups, and he had to choose the cup that Christ drank from. And the bad guy followed him in, and the bad guy chose the most nauseating looking bedazzled cup you've ever seen, and he drank from it and he died. And Indiana chose the most plain cup, and he dipped the water and he drank from it, and it was the cup that gave his father, played by Sean Connery, his life back. It restored his life. So what I want to say is that sometimes we think we know what's best for us. Sometimes we think we know that the relationships that we've been in the past, or those types of relationships, are good for us only if the person was different, right? Or only if this was different, or only if that was different. What Spirit is bringing to you on this day, right here, right now, is something completely different. This is something you've never experienced before. This is something that you've been imagining your whole life. And because relationships in the past didn't work out well for you, you are very hesitant on accepting this cup. And we see that the cups get bigger, but we also see the cups get less bedazzled, less busy, less complicated. And so the cup that is coming through the door is possibly what you're looking for, and you have to be open to receive it. And we also have the Page of Cups, and I feel that this relationship that's coming in for you, if it is a relationship, partnership, even a friendship with the opportunity of something more is what you need to really learn to love yourself again. And I want to explain something to you without getting overly emotional about it. I have been in relationships in my life to where I've been physically abused, emotionally abused, sexually abused, psychologically abused. I mean, we can go down the gamut, but it would take too much time. And because all of that abuse came from people who I looked up to and people I loved and people who I thought were different than those people before them, I accepted them into my life. I accepted them into my circle. And those relationships turned out to be quite hurtful, right? So I thought that this was what I wanted, right? I thought that this type of person was the person that would satisfy me, even though that type of person turned out to be an abusive person, an angry person, a person who was a follower, not a leader, a person who depended on drugs or alcohol or infidelity to get their thrills. You know, life wasn't exciting enough for them. They had to go out and not just ruin their life, but mine too. So in my mid-late 30s, I wrote a letter to Spirit, and I wrote out everything. And that everything came to me in the that everything came to me one day as I'm driving down the road, and he looks at me and he says, "I've been curious about you. I know you've been curious about me. Why don't you say we give it a go and see if we can make this work?" And we gave it a go, and that was 11 years ago. So just because what is being offered to you isn't exactly what you think is your type, it doesn't make it the person not for you, right? There's a time that we have to break out of that mold. There's a time that we have to break out of the box. There comes a time when we have to go, what's inside the box doesn't work for me anymore. Let me go see what else there is out there, right? And by having faith, balance, stability, connecting to source and spirit, and by taking control of your own life, you come to the realization that maybe all those things, all those people, all those situations that I was choosing before, I was choosing because I was afraid to choose something different. And in some cases, different is exactly what we need. So let me gather myself and shuffle the deck and see what else we have. All right. Self-gathered. We have the freedom to make the choice. We have the freedom to step out of the box. And it's quite empowering. We have the freedom to change not just our life, but the life of others by what we do and how we do it and what we say and how we say it and where we go and stepping out of the box and stepping into one's own power and doing what is called upon us by Spirit Source God. And it's all about loving yourself. Cups, the lovers and love. So it's all about loving yourself and allowing others to love you too. We have harmony. We have acceptance. We have patience. We have prosperity. We have contentment and abundance. So once you change your life, your whole life starts to change. So I'm going to do one charm, and that charm is the butterfly. Transformation, love, stability, abundance, empowerment, freedom is all on your side today. Make it count. Know that you're divinely guided and loved. Bye.